we're not taking that long to get into the mix. Wow, so what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about why creators are good with the art but bad with the money.
And I feel like it's really something that affects us because we are creators, both of us.
Yeah.
Can I have some water?
Sure.
Oops, sorry guys, still figuring it out. So anyway, I think the topic will probably best explain itself. Stop looking over there again. I think the topic will best explain itself. Well, this came up when we were having a bit of a discussion on the price to the art. And, you know, it's so sad that we know so many, you know, creators, artists who, you know, died broke.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. Like
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, I mean...
MC Hammer had the biggest song, Can't Touch This.
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 Really?
And he really couldn't be touched, but after a while, he spent it all. Big houses, all the cars, you know, 12 car
And it's
garage.
not, I mean, we're not saying that big houses and all the cars are bad to have.
They're not bad until you don't have them anymore.
Okay, that's true. Who else do you know that just it went down? We were looking at a very long list of people who literally, you know, had it all and died broke. And we just were wondering what actually happens. And forget the big artists out there who, you know, are world stars and everything. We're just, you know, trying to look at it from our point of view.
Yeah.
Do you know any Kenyan celebrity who you feel like has made it properly?
Currently?
I mean, just
of all time?
Of all time. You know, the way in America or in many other countries, like celebrities make it.
Yeah.
They have money and not just money, but a lot of money, the cars, the what. And then they leave it for their generations to come.
I think for Kenya, there's no fast way. You can't just get the fast money and keep it. If it comes fast, it will go fast.
Do you feel like for artists it comes fast?
Yeah, it usually comes fast, and it can also go equally as fast.
Yeah.
Unless you are a really good manager of your finances. Locally, someone I can say who has really made it and has managed to keep their finances in check and go through the good times.
Who's an artist, not a business person? We have many business successes.
I'd say Churchill.
Churchill. That's a nice example. Yeah. He's very quiet these days, and he's left the comedy show to be run by other comedians. But he looks like a pretty stable guy.
He's already established his, his empire, his comedy empire.
Yeah.
And now left it to run on its own. And that's the real definition of business.
Yeah, it is. That you don't have to be there.
You know, there are two types of businesses. There's a business owner and there's an investor. A business owner has to be there all the time.
That's like self-employed.
Yeah, self-employed. But an investor just puts in the money.
A real business owner doesn't really have to be there.
Yeah, and lets it run on its own.
Actually, there's a book that I read a few years ago that I really, really love. It's called The E-Myth, which is the entrepreneur's myth. I know I talk about this a lot. If you guys have ever had me say it again, don't get bored. But it's because this book had such a profound effect on me. Because they were talking about how the electrician opens an electrical shop. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
How the teacher opens a school.
A school.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
So when you're essentially a technician and you have dreams of making it a business and you make it and you open a business.
Yeah.
But the book takes a turn and says that it's usually most technicians, like most teachers who want to open schools, and most artists who have the art on the skill, but not the business, most of them get into it thinking that, you know, I just have to come, do this every day, you know, I just have to give it my best, and make the money at the end of the month and leave. You still have the like technicians, what's it called, brain and way of thinking. Well, running a business really needs a businessman's
a business-minded person.
minded person, which you don't really have to be, you don't really need to know the skill that you're selling. Like, for example, when I was starting Kyallo a few years ago, I remember meeting one of my mentors, still my mentor, and his point of view was, I'm gonna teach you how to stitch, so if all the stitchers leave, you can do it yourself. But then that wasn't what I thought, because I was like, wait, I don't want to ever know how to stitch, because I want to always have people to empower who will also empower me because of their skill. And I mean, I'm also a great marketer, I'm a designer. I want those skills, you know, to be combined with other skills. I don't want to be able to do everything. And most technicians come into the business thinking that I'm going to be able to do everything. So in this book, there is a pie maker who's a lady, and so in this book, the writer of the book goes to visit this pie maker, and she wakes up at 4 a.m., sets the dough, you know, the process of making a pie, and she opens by 8, sells all the pies, all until 1. She sits aside for a minute or two to take a break, and then goes back into the business and sells the pies till 6. Then 6, she sits with the accountant, looks at how much money they've made, and that goes on and on and on every day. So his question was, what is your vision of this business? Do you see yourself becoming the biggest pie maker at the time in America? Is that what you think? And her answer was yes. In the beginning, when I started to make pies, everybody used to say my pies are amazing. So I thought I could make a business out of this. But every day I see how hard it is to make this the biggest pie making business in the world, because she basically works in it. And when you're a business owner, you work on your business, not in your business. And I think artists, we are usually in such a different and difficult scenario because we are the owners of the art, and it's very hard for us to let go of the art. And even the clients who we meet, they usually trust the artist. They don't even want to deal with any other person employed. I remember my very, very first years of business at Kyallo, I was the one delivering all the bags. They were all in the back of my boot. And I'd go to all these corporates and I'd deliver them, and I'd talk to the clients, and the clients would be so happy to see me, and they would be so encouraging. They're like, keep going, keep going. And it was amazing. But then after let's say maybe 2 years, you know, just into the business, I've employed a delivery guy, I've employed someone to answer the phone. And I remember this client specifically writing to me and saying, I wish your business goes down. How can you let us down, never talk to us? She said, when people make money, they get big-headed, and you now can't even deal with your clients. And I was like, girl, there are 100 of you at a go. There's no way for me to deal with you. But she took it so personally that I'm not the one who hand-delivered the bag.
I get you. And what do you think? Do artists have an attachment to their art that they don't want to let go?
I think even if you are attached, because I'm definitely so attached, to see how I'm crazy about our social media. Most of the times, it has to go the way I want it to go. And also because that method, I have experienced success with it. And so I'm stuck on my ways. Are we attached to the art? Maybe that's just what works. Yeah, you know what works. And even sometimes your client knows what works. And when you start to include other people in the business, of course, other people come with their own opinions. Other people start saying, you know what, actually, I think we should add this. Interns there come and they're like, actually, the new stuff is AI, you know, and sort of all of a sudden your business is just not you making the pie, but it's a whole team of people making the pie with you. And it's the best way to go about things, but most times, many people don't want to go that way. And I believe it's the reason why artists die broke.
there's so much to talk about, and
Where do we even start?
we don't want to turn this into a finance class,
Yeah.
or a money session,
But it's not bad.
like some class I won't mention, Centonomy.
Okay, I don't know. I don't like it. It's like I have a veil on me that just hates it.
But
I mean,
why
I've
are-
never met any of you. I don't know anything about you guys, but maybe it's just we were made like that.
why are artists so bad with money? Especially the creative artist. The Kanye West was once broke and now he's a billionaire.
Yeah. He took a rich wife to stand by him, you know what I mean?
I think it was all the art and less of the wife, if you ask me.
What?
For real. Because he was in such a bad place even when he was with Kim.
Yeah.
He had to ask Mark Zuckerberg for some money, like go beg.
Okay,
like
let's
a
not
billion
call
to-
it.
to
How
get
do you
him
beg for a billion?
to get
Gosh.
him out of debt.
Yeah.
But then he turned everything around. Then,
Yeah.
teared it down again
Yeah.
with the anti-Semitic views.
Yeah.
Adidas almost dropped him,
Yeah.
but then they realized we can't do without him. And that's the greatest thing about artists.
Yeah.
When your art is so unique and only you can produce such art,
Yeah. Then
there's no one like you and they can't replace you.
and they better pay up. And I think one of the reasons artists are really bad with money is because, we don't know how to value our art. And because it comes naturally from you, sometimes it's just maybe the way you speak. Maybe you're just a really funny guy, you're a comedian, and it comes so easily for you. So when you're called somewhere, you're like 10K, because you maybe need that 10K. But a business person will look at how much will it cost me to go there, how much will it cost me to come back, and how much time am I giving this, and what other things, before you come up with a price for a business person, it's a conglomerate of things. And probably that's why you need many people in your team if you want to become a successful artist. I think many people, okay, let's not call them many people, but essential great people who believe in you, who you can trust and who trust you, and who can call you out and make sure you do a great job, and who won't lie to you. Because we've also encountered a lot of fake nice people that will lie to you in front of your face and be like, yeah, you're doing great. Well, you're really not, or well, you really could improve, or and I think the reason artists are really bad with money is because, one, the product comes freely from you, so you don't know how to value it. And then also other people take advantage of you because you're producing it essentially. This discussion came up because we were talking about just the environment locally or everywhere. Let's talk about locally, because I've only experienced this locally, where a client will talk to you about your art and they'll have all these rules about the art. I want it this way, I want it that way, and you should do it at this time, and I'm so specific at this time. But then when it comes to talk about the money, people cower. People don't want to talk about it. It's like it's a taboo. It's a taboo to stand up for yourself. It's like it's tasteless to talk about the other side of the deal. Yet a deal has two sides to it, Crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah. No one's alive today. No, but yeah, surely, like, I just, for me, I believe the world is created by creators, obviously.
The world is created by magic, if you know what I mean.
It's magic, yeah, because the creators are the ones who
You
have...
can live through anything if magic made it.
Right? I think creators are able to pull in all these great ideas from the, call it ethos or something.
Yeah, the ethos.
And they bring it to life. And it's probably something the world has never seen, and life becomes better, like social media. That guy just pulled it from the sky, and look,
everything we have is a result of someone's imagination.
Yeah.
And for anything to come into reality, it has to be in someone's imagination.
Yes.
And that's the work of all creators.
Yeah.
It's creating.
It's creating.
In fact, it's a God-given ability. We are God's co-creators. We are his partners.
vessel.
His partners actually in creating.
Yeah. And it's a very special role. And I think it's distasteful when people don't want to pay you or don't want to respect the amount of money you've placed on your art. And maybe the future of where we're going for all artists is don't be too desperate to give out your art.
And know your worth.
Know your worth. Once you know your worth, and when you know that how much your art changes the world and how much your art could change everything. Because sometimes I'm just sitting and I'm on YouTube and I see some video pop up, and this video changes my mood completely. It could be a song, it could be someone praying or preaching, it could be just an analysis of something funny, but this changes my mood completely. And I don't know anything that is beautiful and natural that can change your mood. I know a lot of drugs that can change your mood, and they have a really negative effect, but I don't know anything natural that could just easily, quickly elevate you.
Like creating.
Like a creative. You see something so funny online and all of a sudden you want to show your other person, and you relate with it totally, and somehow you feel accepted and you feel like a human being. That is so priceless. And if by any chance you as a creator have been called upon by a client, and especially these big conglomerates, now they need us more than ever, TV used to be the source of getting to other clients, and no one watches TV anymore. At least I don't. I mean, I know he doesn't. So the fact that now creators are the ones who can reach to the masses and the audiences and convince them and talk to them about products, let's be very, very careful about how we price the art and the other party. Let's not be afraid to talk about money. I've been in boardrooms, by the way, let me tell you, I've been in boardrooms where people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, how dare she say that? How dare she say that? And I would rather say it shaking. I would rather say it while my whole body is shaking with fear, when I feel devalued or when I think I'm right, and I'm usually right when I'm right. You know what I mean? That feeling. So don't be afraid, because your art has not been seen and your art is needed. And for sure, I started making bags when not many people were making bags. And many people around me would look at these bags and they'd be like, are they going to sell at that price? Like, are you sure? Because even when I began, the bags were not that cheap anyway. They were beautiful, luxurious bags, and they came with the price. But I don't know what crazy thing just made me continue to see the value of the products. And I know because I met a great team of people at Kyallo who also saw the value, and they were in to go with what I was saying, and it has been so important to me. Like Linda, my bestie, has been like, I call her the wind beneath my wings, because ever since I showed her the first bag, she's always been like, this is beautiful. How much is it? She doesn't even bargain. She's like, we're gonna sell it at this much. And she even buys it at that much. Being a friend who's so close to you, most of the time your friends will ask you for things for free. They will never buy from you. They'll always just give you words of encouragement, which is not bad. Sometimes they can't afford, it's fine. But then to see someone go ahead and save up to buy your product, and their whole family, also buy your products, and their friends, I think gave me a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I think the people you keep around you, they're so important, because they're the ones who'll be whispering things, and they'll be saying things even without saying, and they'll keep you in check even without really keeping you in check.
What's your take on hiring a financial manager as an artist? Because we've seen many cases when it's the financial manager who steals everything, mismanages your finances.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was Mike Tyson's financial manager at some point.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. How do you even know that?
And Mike, after some years, really went broke, even from making 10, 20, 30 million in one night.
Yeah.
He went broke. And Donald Trump,
I mean, he became president at some point.
The story, we all know it.
Yeah.
he became a real estate mogul and
Yeah.
a president. Are artists so bad with money that they need a manager?
Yeah.
Even so that even the manager takes advantage of them and steals their money?
Yeah. I mean,
Or-
there's so many cases where managers, steal, even when a
Yeah.
manager is your own parent,
Yeah.
you know?
There's so many cases.
There's so many cases.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, for sure, if unless you do have a,
Is there a fine line where an artist can be both good in art and good with money without a manager?
I genuinely want to be that artist. For sure, I genuinely want to be that artist because,
Or do you have to give one up?
well, look, we're always taught that, especially in business, for me, in business, we're taught that it's important for you to, what's that thing about giving other people your jobs? What's that thing called?
Delegate.
It's important to delegate. You can't be in every department. True. I mean, that ruins everything.
True.
But I think why in business it's called delegate is because you're still somehow watching it.
Yeah.
You can't just, okay, yeah, just take all the money. Yeah. You just give me 100 million every, 6 months. Yeah. I think delegation is very different from, letting it all go. Mm-hmm. It's very important that we get financial advisors. I know for sure I depend on financial advisors because I don't know it all. And I've seen myself spend like a lot of money in a day, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then I've also seen how important it is when I have someone who's very financially literate next to me. I don't know. I think, is that where we just say we need to pray and be very, what's that thing where you're discerning? Have to be very discerning about the people around you. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So sad. But other than artists just dying broke because of just lack of financial literacy, I think it goes along with so many other things. Like we were reading today, drug use.
Drugs, the depression.
Depression, loneliness. And, actually some of the best artists are usually the most depressed people. Sad, but true. But pain has a way to kind of remove some great art from you. But then I think once you realize that you're a genius artist, because you have to know it yourself first. Once you realize, I think I got something great going on, everything I produce is pretty amazing, and I don't take a lot of effort to come up with some really good stuff. I think once you realize that genius part of yourself, then it's important that you start taking care of yourself, because you know that loneliness creeps in, and loneliness brings depression. So bring yourself around family, create a family of your own, have friends that you can trust. You know that drugs and alcohol is usually the fastest way down for most people. And I think I struggle because, we have so much fun drinking, and it's only so much fun until it's not fun. And it's such a thin line. But then once you discover that you're that genius, depression and alcohol go very hand in hand. You have to take care of yourself, find a community of people who can always encourage that artist in you to just be disciplined and just be the best you can be, and live the longest so that you can produce the best art. Yeah, I guess.
It's really about the people around you, huh?
I guess that as after all that, I think it's not even the artists who are bad with money. I think artists are maybe bad with the people they hang around, the entourage, the friends, the groupies, and everybody who tells you, you're great, man, you're unbelievable. And then you end up spending it badly. Or the people who just tell you, you're shit and I don't understand it. Actually, this can't go anywhere. And they end up killing your dreams. And those people could be as simple as your family, friends, and everybody, or even clients who, you know, won't pay you for what you've done, or who, once you start talking about money, they start being uncomfortable. I think that for me is a red flag.
True,
right?
true.
Yeah. And I think to finish it, do you have something to say?
If the art is good, the art is good, and you gotta know your worth and price it the right way. My role model in this topic is Kanye.
Yeah.
He was up, went down, went up again, went down again, went up again. And he's always had money problems, depression problems.
That disease,
The ADHD or bipolar.
bipolar, like,
Yeah. And that could be everybody calling him crazy.
yeah.
But he's still up there. He
has his clothing line that we just want to get some cash and buy.
He's worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
He's among the top 4.
No, today we learned that he produced that song for Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh my goodness,
Such
like such a great guy.
Such
like
a great
Kanye
song.
is, I mean, if you ever get to see this, if you ever will, like, we respect you mad. I love Kanye. I think for sure we share that.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Ye. He even changed his name. I mean, so I guess, and look, as an artist and as a businesswoman, I think I shouldn't be afraid to fall, because it's part of the process. And the fall teaches you how to come back up and to stay up. And that's what Kanye kind of teaches us. And it's okay. We do learn every day. We make bad deals, we learn from them, and we make good deals and we learn from them. So we shouldn't beat ourselves so hard, because I myself, I'm a culprit. I've made bad deals, you know, and I feel so bad sometimes when I've made a mistake, and you realize it's just human, you know?
True.
Yeah.
You're only human after all.
We're only human after all. What's that song? Don't let me be misunderstood. I'm only human. Guys, that was our live today. We don't have much. Okay, we did have much to say. Hopefully, we are happy to catch you tomorrow. And this was a great time. So let's hang out. Will you drop the mic, or I drop the mic today?
Peace out.
Peace out. Peace out. Oh, wait. Tell guys to subscribe and follow.
Subscribe and follow. More to come every day, all day.
All day. How do we end it?